Alrighty guys, and welcome back to an educational form of Survivor game, and all four of us spawning on the most killer-sided map in the above the basement. So, a lot of people disagree with the statement that the game is killer-sided. Now, let me explain to you why I believe this is the most killer-sided map. We're versing Wesker, first of all. He might have Lethal Pursuer, I'm not sure. He has a large heartbeat. He's underneath me right now. No, he is not! Okie dokie, let's do it, Wesker. Alright. I don't want to run away from this. There is no way you think you're landing that, right? Okay. We'll go around again. I have access to Drama if I want to use it. I don't want to give him the pallet, but we have... Oh, no, I got stuck. I'm going to have to use Drama now. That's okay, even if he vaults it, because I get to vault this. And I get to go around the side. You see what I did there? I used unique pathing and line of sight, and I only showed him scratches in one direction, which completely screwed him over. Let's play to the window. Go back around. Use line of sight again. I don't want to give him this god, but I might actually do it, because I've got a lot of pressure on objectives from allies. He could get a grab on me here, if I'm not careful. Oh, beautiful. I'm going to have to drop the pallet now or take an M1. I'm not giving him both. Okay, he got the free hit, so he doesn't get the pallet. Let's try and take a bit of spacing if I can. We're going to go up and around. He got a hit, it cost him an entire generator, and he got the pallet from upstairs. I would really appreciate a medical attention from my ally. That was not too bad. We only had 2 people on generators right then. If I didn't have to pop Drama early because I got stuck on a little bit of an obstacle, I would have been able to Drama and made that next loop into another vault onto the window. Alright, ally can work on the gen to my right-hand side. I can move through the middle of the map. The rule of thumb on this map is don't let your ally hurt you when they're healing you. Rule of thumb on this map is you work for 1 gen upstairs to 1 gen downstairs. That is it. If you can complete 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down, you put the killer in an awkward spot when it comes to 3 gens. Look at a generator like this though. It is... Gen's been touched. He has no interest. He's chasing the other person that he has had to grab on. I am happy to work on this gen despite knowing my teammate's working on another upstairs gen over there. Now you might ask why. Doesn't that counter the rule that you said, Goose? It does, but where is this generator positioned right now? This generator is positioned in the middle of the map at a staircase with a 40-meter tear radius killer. So this generator is basically going to permanently have the killer's aura on it. So completing this generator could be very valid for my team. 1 gen's been done, and I know multiple people spawned in the bathroom. Therefore, the bathroom is going to most likely have a target. Now, why is this such a killer-sided map? Well, first of all, there are only 5 different ways up, and there are... Sorry, there's 4 ways... No, 1, 2... there should be 1, 2, 3... 4. There's 4 ways up, and there's 7 to 8 ways down, depending on the version of the map, okay? Now, you might go, but Goose, there's a lot of god pallets. There are a large amount of good pallets, correct. However, any killer... Let's compare this map to Templar Purgation. If I am playing a killer like Trickster that moves at 115% base movement speed, for me to walk from one side of the map to the other side of the map takes over 45 seconds, while 2 people on a gen takes 45 seconds to complete. That's on Templar Purgation. On the game, I can walk from one corner to the other corner in about 32 seconds. So that means there's 13 seconds difference, and that shows you the length of the map difference. So what you have to be mindful of is, why is this killer losing if it's such a killer-sided map? Well, what do we know? Has the killer let go of chasers? No. Has the killer tunneled? Yes. But Goose, they're not tunneling. They haven't hooked anybody. When you drive through a tunnel, what can you see? You can see one thing in front of you. Hence it's called tunnel vision, right? The exact same law applies to Dead by Daylight. When you are being... Ooh, so he kicked a pal... no, he kicked a... Yeah, you know exactly where I am, don't you, little bud? I see you have nowhere to hide. Okay, so now we know the killer has nowhere to hide. That is very good to know. Now, because I have a perk called Kindred, I was able to see that. I'm going to walk here, because there's a very good chance he's going to come back to the hook. I'm going to just stand right here, because I can respond left, right, back. I have 3 different directions I can go. And I have a pallet on my right. Let's give him a few more seconds to kick that generator. There was a gen over there that needed to be kicked, and he does have nowhere to hide by the way he moved. He could see me through the wall while trying to hide his light. That tells me he has nowhere to hide. Alright, let's move back in towards this generator. There's a gen above me, and there's a gen here, and there's a gen over there. He has a little bit of a tight 3 gen, keeping in mind that 1's upstairs and 2 are downstairs, so there is still good counterplay to it. The reason that this map is so good for killer is because a killer can instantly let go of a chase and almost guarantee apply pressure towards another target instantly. So it's about your time management, your map manipulation, your ability to rotate and take certain sacrifices. On some maps, there are generators that you have to let go. On a map like the game, there's no real generator that you have to let go. Yeah, the basement generator or the bathroom gen has 2 gods underneath and 2 gods above it. If you are going to run all 4 of those tiles, that means you don't understand the value of time management. I'm going to move a little bit. Let's block line of sight. We'll walk for a second. He's going to kick the gen for nowhere to hide value. And I'm going to run off that information and pay attention to a red stain. Red stain not with me. Nowhere to hide last 6 seconds. Heartbeat is completely faded, but he doesn't have Tinkerer, and he didn't give the generator his heartbeat. So, we know that he's gone pretty far distance after my ally. Very good play by my teammate. What did he do? He ran the killer away from the objective, and what does the killer decide to do? Commits to a tunnel after the target, which is going to cost him, yet again, another resource, because the killer has decided to tunnel. I can almost guarantee you now, if you follow the 15-second rule, you're going to notice a substantial increase in your performance. You're going to notice a substantial increase in your performance. What's the 15-second rule? If you can't get a hit or a pallet in 15 seconds, you have essentially made a mistake. It's all about your ability to be able to time manage. Normally, a normal game of Dead by Daylight, you have to play it like a game of chess. Sacrifice pieces in order to win the game. Sacrifice gens, eat certain pallets. Unfortunately, a map like the game, the laws are the exact same thing. You need to be able to sacrifice a pallet in time. He was able to cure the infection off of him while being looped by the killer. I'm actually trying to find my teammate. The fact that they opened a door makes me think that they've both already gone throughout the door. That's really good play. I'm going to come over here and be this person's bodyguard while they're opening a door. I don't need to be, but I would be here to take a hit for them. Anyways, guys, that's been an educational, informative Dead by Daylight Survivor game. As you can see, despite the game being very killer-sided, the survivors managed to group up and then split up. How often did you see survivors stack that game? Everybody worked in different areas. No killer in Dead by Daylight can be in 2 places at once. And based on that alone, people need to understand time management is key. If you are going to overcommit and you are going to tunnel objectives, the smartest thing you can do is run a build that's going to reward you for tunneling. An example of that, first of all, let's have a recap. 6k, 4.7. I didn't really do much. What is a build that's going to reward you for tunneling? Well, first of all, perks like Pain Res, Dead Man Switch, even Thrilling Tremor, and Grim Embrace. These are all stability and protection-based perks that give you information on both players' objectives as well as regression and stability. It doesn't tell you the auras of where people are, like Barbecue and Chili and Nowhere to Hide. However, you are able to be in a good situation in terms of the only way you can lose the game in Dead by Daylight is if you lose objectives. So the strongest perks in the game are either perks that give you haste, additional movement speed, or perks that protect generators. It's based on the killer that you're currently playing. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the educational, informative Dead by Daylight Survivor game, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I do education, informative DBD killer and Survivor content over at Twitch if you guys want to tune into the live stream. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the fog in the next video. Have a good one. Cheers.